Hello, Ollie from the Boat Tours. So today we are here in China, in Xiamen, at the Oceanwalker factory building these Skywalker yachts. Behind me here you can see the S60, which is the catamaran, and we're also building two monohulls, which is an X62 and an X53. So today we're going to go into all the hangars. We get to show you the molds, the GRP, the engineering, electrics, and also the other options of all these boats. So these boats are being sold in Dubai and across the world. But if you would like to see one, all of these boats are in Dubai, so let me know in the comment if you would like to arrange a viewing. But now let's go and have a look at the factory, and you can see the craftsmanship and the standard and the quality from start to finish. So this is the flatbed that launches all of these boats into the water here. So all the boats are built here and then put into the water, and we have to wait for extreme high tide to float them. And then we can ship the boats to anywhere in the world. So this catamaran here will be going to America. The X53 next to it on the right there, that will be going to Dubai. So anywhere in the world these boats can be sent, and they also have the CE regulation and the American regulation as well. So they're built to a very high standard and meet all the requirements. So we can see the size of the factory here. This is only one of the units. You can see the X62 out there, but inside we've got the catamarans being built. We've got the X62 and the X53 as well. So I just wanted to show you the outside so you can see the size of the operation, and then we'll go inside and you can see how everything works and what the full process is. So here's another look of the X62 here out of the water. Really nice design, sleek lines, and the famous leaning windows, and the hardtop, which is amazing for all of these weathers. This particular boat has been built for charter, so it has a charter layout which we'll show you inside, but there is options as well for an owner's cabin, where we're going to put the galley up top, room for a crew as well, and then you've got all en suites downstairs. So this is a huge boat. When you're inside, it doesn't feel like a 62 at all. It feels a lot better. This just shows you some of the craftsmanship and the quality. So we've got these blades looking here. So when they take the boat out for a sea trial, they can see if the bow is in the right position. This all depends of what options and extras has been added, so where the weight is, and then they can move these up and down so the boat gets onto the plane nice and easy and increases stability. You've got my favourite, the rudder and shaft drives. So we can see the shaft drives there, the P brackets, big anodes on the back as well, and these underwater lights. You can see the quality of the GRP, amazing finish, huge windows, everything finished to a very high standard. So let's walk into one of the main hangars here, just to give you some kind of indication of size. That boat in front of us is 60-foot catamaran, so in the water that's absolutely huge, and in here it doesn't look big at all because of the size of this hangar. We saw they've got the deck on the left hand side that just come out in the mould. So at the moment they're sanding these, they're just joining them. They're at this stage and there isn't a top on as we speak, but they're getting to that. We come over here on the right hand side, you can see all the components, all the windows ready to go in, and rolls of fiberglass and materials. You can see the standard and the thickness of the stainless steel. And these huge windows here, which are able to show the light in all of these boats. All of these boats have huge windows throughout. So on this side it's much easier for you to see what's going on, so the windows aren't in just yet, so it's just been pulled. You can see the fiberglass here, that's the raw finish. And then we'll try and look inside so I can show you what's next. in the process of that. Here we are just at the transom of the boat, so this shows you the bulkheads, you can see them here. So structural. And then you can see the cutouts here where the propulsion is going to be. But this just shows you the size, the space in between the two hulls, allowing you to have this massive space in the accommodation and this massive flybridge that they have on this boat. So walking to the right here, you can see the second part of this boat. So this is the deck. So they're made in two different items. So this will be joined to this, and this one is going to have a platform. I know that because I can see the three cutouts here for the storage. So with the hydraulic platform that will go in here, it allows you to have this massive storage space. I'll just pop up and have a look and show you. So here we are, you can see the deck. So the interior space, this will go on top of that hull onto the left hand side. And what I'll do, I'll walk forward because this has now been sunken in the bow, making it able to have this walk through. So before this door wasn't here, now they've allowed this door by lowering this, which also makes an amazing area for seating, socializing, and then you can see the hatches there. Some of the hatches on the left and right for the crew, and the rest are for storage. I'll turn around and you can see the size. So this is 60 foot. We've got the benches here, and this is the cutouts that will take you down to the accommodation, port and starboard. So here we have the canopy top. That's also for that catamaran. You can see them here, varying it so it's nice and smooth. So when it's finished, you have a very nice flat surface. And then these indents here will be for the lights. And then we've also got the spotlights here. And you can also fit your speakers up here if you wish as well. This gives you a massive shade and protects you and the boat from the sun. So again, this is another piece that's made separately, but then fitted towards the end. So I've just spotted here the roof, the top deck, which looks a bit funny to everybody because, as you can probably tell, it's upside down. So when it's built and molded, it's all done upside down. This is how they do all the work, so they don't have to reach up all the time. You can see everybody standing here, making sure the flat surfaces are perfect. And then when this is all done, they'll flip it over and put it on top of the deck. Everybody here is doing a different job. You've got some detail sanders, and then you've got people here with the longer sanders making sure everything's flat. So you're inside, so you can see where the windows are going to go, and then all the wiring will be put into here, and then the roof linings will be popped on top, and then you can see there where the sliding door is going to go. And then here on the left hand side you can see the stairs in reverse. They will take you up into the flybridge. An opportunity to show you the different stages. You can see here they're just craning the roof of this X62. So they're just putting the joints here for the wires and for the mount. So the deck has already been attached to the hull, the roof's on, and now the last piece would be that roof. So that's how they're all put together. You've got a crane overhead, and then when that's all enclosed, they'll start working on the interior, putting the glass in and going from there. So here we are, the sheets of this boat. It tells you exactly and tells the workers exactly what they're putting in. It tells you all the optional extras that this owner's gone for, the designs, the layouts, and also you can see the timeline here. So this is their Bible, this is what they are aiming towards, and this is the timeline that the boat must be finished, so they have a happy owner ready to inspect his boat when he was promised. When they're doing spraying or more dusting work, you can see the tent here that they just roll over. That protects the boat, because obviously in this place with all the sanding going on, you get a lot of dust. But this is just the protection if they're either doing some work that needs the dust off, or if the boat is near completion and they need to protect it a lot more. So this is more of the woodwork section. So all the woodwork on the boat is built outside and then put in before its final finishing. So all of these you'll see here have a number on the side that tells them what hole number this piece is going in, and also tells them the location. So each of these bits of items are being built already for a particular boat. These drawers and all of the wood and all the design has already been chosen by the owner. So the owner gets to choose what kind of wood, the grain and the design. See here the teak being fitted, so all these weights are just because the teak has just been glued. So they need the pressure to make sure it's going to sit properly. And this is all real teak. So the caulking, the teak is very high quality. You can see the thickness of the teak if I show you down here, because it hasn't been finished yet. But it's very, very thick stuff. And then you've got the doors here, and we'll get on board to show you. So this is a good boat to show you because it's at a certain stage. We've got the teak down, the doors aren't in yet, and the ceilings aren't in yet, but you can see the layout. This is another charter option because we've got the seats both sides. No flooring down yet, so we just got the GRP. We've got people working both sides. So wet and dry sanding again, making sure this is all flat, and the finish is absolutely perfect. In here now they're starting to put all the systems. They're bringing all the materials through, so they'll start bringing everything ready for the accommodation downstairs. Here you can see one of the chillers for the aircon, and then up top we've got the windscreen wiper motors as well. You can see the framework, and then all this wiring here that will be amazingly labelled and organised. That will be for the helm station that will fit here, and then there also is another helm station up top. And then if I poke through the window there, you can see the seating forward. You can see the detail and the work that goes into each boat, the amount of man hours that are needed, and the organisation for each different stages. So all of the stages match up together and everything's ready in the same time to keep the boat on schedule. I won't go down there because there's a lot of work going on, but there's the stairs, and then you can see the galley there on the starboard side. So now here we're in the carpentry section of the factory. You can see this amazing woodwork that's been done. Again, each boat knows exactly what kind of wood it's going. We know this will be labelled to say what cabin it's going to be in. You can see they're drying here, and these amazing looking stairs. You can see the quality of the woodwork. All built in-house, so everything is done here in the factory. You can see the wood for this particular boat is there, so everything is matched perfectly throughout the boat. Stairs there, we've got some more stairs, including door frames and these drawers. See the craftsmanship and the quality in all of these corners that aren't even going to be seen unless you take them out. You can see there's separate stations for everybody. Everybody has their own station, their own particular job. So they make sure that it is 100% perfect each time. We've got these workstations. We've got upholstery this side, so you can see the wall panels here, they're being wrapped in this Really nice leatherette. And then you can see the poppers here that will pop into the boat, which will allow you to remove them if you need to do any work behind. So here's all the material, and then some below to whatever the colour and whatever the material the owner has chosen for his boat. This is what a whole mould would look like. So from the top it will look something like this, so it will be like a shiny surface. So before they start laying the mould, they have to clean it, very, very highly detailed, and they'd also then wax it before they start laying the fiberglass, and then they will need to let it set before they then pull the mould, and then you get the whole. So let's spin you around here, and you can just see there in the top. So this has had just one that has been pulled out. You can see some residue left in. So before this is being able to use again, this will need to be cleaned. They'll also cut and polish it, so it's very slippy. Otherwise, when they try to pull the mould out, it will be impossible. So the preparation and the biggest key is the clean before they do anything. Come up a level so it's a bit easier to show you. So you can now see inside the mould. This is what they look like. So this will be laid into, and then when that's dried, then they'll pull it out using these cranes above them. So they'll have anchor points that they'll be pulled out. And what I'll do, I'll walk down the other side and I can show you one that's been pulled out, and I can tell because it hasn't had the edges cut off just yet. So here we are. Here is the hole that's just been unplugged. You can see the side, it's a very rough edge, so that will be all cut off. So when the deck is ready, the deck will line up and just go straight on top, and then they will attach both together. So you can see the bulkheads are in, so this is for the structure most of the time, because without those bulkheads the kind of structure wouldn't be strong enough. So that's why they're put in here. And then I'm not sure if you can see down there in the corner, just next to that broom on the right hand side, there's an eyelet. That's what they use to lift the boat out of the mould. And then here we've got another mould for the catamaran, for the hull, and then you've got the deck, which is there in the left hand corner, which is upside down. As mentioned before, it's mostly done upside down until a certain stage, and then they'll use the crane to flip it around. So you've got the opportunity here just to get on this brand new X53. So a couple of final details. They'll leave all this wrapping on for delivery. So there's just a few items. Again, this is for a charter version, so the layout is a little bit different. They've gone for a lot more seating inside. But if you want a private version, then there's a lot of modifications that we can do. You can see the quality of the design, the woodwork, the finish of the lights, the ceiling, and then this helm station here. We look forward, you can see the seating area, this bow, all this in only 52 foot, 53 foot. And then downstairs I'll show you on the other one, because they're currently just finishing off some flooring down in the accommodation. So this is outside because it's waiting for shipping. They're waiting for a high tide so they can put the boat in the water and take it to delivery. Let's take you up into the Flybridge quickly. This is the real winner of this boat, the size of this Flybridge. Again, so this is one that's been designed for more seating, so there's another arrangement if you want less seating, more sunbathing. We've got another helm position up here, this hard roof, it keeps the sun off, and then a bit of sun at the back, and an option to put an electric bimney here. A grill, fridges up here, and more seating and a coffee table. So this whole Flybridge is really nearly the whole length of the boat, which is very rare on the size of this boat. Perfect for families, small families, perfect for entertainment, and perfect for socialising. So that's the end of this tour of the Oceanwalker factory that's building these Skywalker yachts. If you like any of these yachts or want to know any more about them, then leave me a comment below or give us an email. We'd love to show you around any of the models that you'd like to see, as we have all of them in Dubai, and we'll be at all the shows as well. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and we'll see you on the next video.